In a world that thrives on constant stimulation and instant gratification, fatigue has become the modern man's silent epidemic. From double espressos to pre-workout powders, everyone seems to be chasing the next surge of energy, yet most end up crashing, both physically and mentally. But hidden in ancient traditions and spiritual disciplines lies an energy source that is neither brewed nor bottled: semen retention. This ancient practice, rediscovered by modern thinkers and biohackers, offers a natural, sustainable, and deeply powerful form of vitality that goes beyond caffeine or supplements. It's not a myth or mystical illusion, it's biology, psychology, and spirituality converging into one potent force. Semen retention, or brahmacharya, as it's known in yogic philosophy, refers to the intentional practice of conserving one's sexual energy instead of releasing it through ejaculation. The idea is simple but profound. Semen is not just fluid. It's a condensed form of life energy containing vital nutrients such as zinc, magnesium, selenium, and amino acids. According to scientific analysis, each ejaculation contains the building blocks necessary for life itself, an energy-intensive process that the body prioritizes for reproduction. When this energy is conserved and transmuted instead of expelled, it can be redirected toward physical vigor, mental clarity, and spiritual expansion. Essentially, semen retention doesn't suppress desire, it harnesses it. For centuries, monks, yogis, Taoist masters, and warriors recognized this energy as a sacred force. In ancient China, Taoist practitioners believed sexual energy, or qi, could be refined into qi vital energy and shen spiritual awareness through retention and breathwork. Similarly, in Indian yogic teachings, semen retention was seen as key to awakening kundalini, the dormant serpent energy at the base of the spine. Even in Western thought, great minds like Nikola Tesla, Leonardo da Vinci, and Isaac Newton were rumored to practice celibacy or long-term abstinence to enhance focus and creativity. These men weren't just avoiding sex, they were channeling life force into creation, intellect, and purpose, using the same power that generates life to build legacies. From a biological standpoint, the benefits of semen retention align with measurable changes in the body. A 2003 study in Neuro Report found that men who abstained from ejaculation for 7 days experienced a 145% increase in testosterone levels, the primary hormone responsible for energy, confidence, and drive. Testosterone is the foundation of masculine vitality. It fuels ambition, enhances muscle growth, sharpens cognition, and stabilizes mood. When men constantly deplete themselves through excessive sexual release or pornography consumption, they unknowingly suppress their testosterone cycle, leading to fatigue, depression, and lack of motivation. Retention, on the other hand, allows hormonal equilibrium to restore naturally, creating a self-reinforcing loop of discipline, focus, and energy. But the power of semen retention is not limited to biology. It deeply influences the nervous system and the mind. Frequent ejaculation keeps the body in a dopamine feedback loop, the same reward cycle triggered by drugs, social media, and junk food. Over time, this constant stimulation desensitizes dopamine receptors, making it harder to feel pleasure or motivation from normal activities. When one practices semen retention, the body recalibrates, dopamine sensitivity heightens, attention span increases, and a deep sense of satisfaction begins to emerge from everyday life. It's not just an energy boost, it is a neurological reset that frees the mind from addiction and restores natural confidence. Mentally, practitioners report enhanced focus, emotional stability, and spiritual clarity. The reason is simple. When energy isn't wasted, it transforms. Semen retention channels the primal sexual force, which is inherently creative, upward through the body. This redirection, known as transmutation, nourishes higher brain centers associated with willpower, visualization, and abstract thought. Modern psychology indirectly supports this through studies on delayed gratification, showing that those who can resist short-term impulses achieve greater long-term success. Semen retention is, at its core, the physical embodiment of that principle. It trains the brain to master desire rather than be mastered by it. Energy from semen retention also manifests in the subtle body, what Eastern traditions call the energetic field or aura. Retainers often describe feeling a magnetic presence, an unexplainable vitality that others sense instinctively. Science may call it hormonal confidence or posture changes, but spiritual texts call it OAS, the radiant essence of vitality. When this life force builds up, it changes how a person moves, speaks, and connects. The eyes become sharper, the voice deeper, and the presence more grounded. Women, especially, are subconsciously drawn to this energy because it symbolizes stability, potency, and leadership. It's not manipulation. its natural polarity at work, masculine energy restored to its rightful intensity. However, semen retention is not about repression or denial. The goal is not to kill sexual desire, but to master it. When men try to suppress desire, it leads to frustration or anxiety. When they learn to transmute it, the same desire becomes fuel for progress. The key lies in balance, combining retention with exercise, meditation, creative work, and purpose. Physical outlets like weight training or yoga help circulate the energy through the body, while mindfulness ensures it doesn't stagnate into restlessness. Retention without transmutation can create tension. Retention with awareness creates transformation. This distinction is what separates discipline from mere abstinence. Critics often argue that semen retention is pseudoscience or that the body needs regular ejaculation to stay healthy, while moderation is valid. Modern science supports that excessive ejaculation can indeed deplete nutrients and reduce testosterone in the short term. Moreover, the ancient context of this practice was about abstaining forever. It was about cultivating self-control and knowing when to release consciously. Taoist masters recommended periodic ejaculation during strong partnerships or spiritual harmony, but emphasized long intervals of conservation for spiritual and physical strengthening. The modern world's problem is an occasional release. It's constant overstimulation, where men are drained not by sex itself, but by addiction to lust and instant gratification. On a deeper level, semen retention reshapes a man's relationship with himself and the world. It cultivates discipline, patience, and self-respect, qualities that caffeine or stimulants can never provide. Instead of chasing temporary highs, a man learns to generate his own energy from within. His body becomes the battery, his mind the conductor, and his purpose the outlet. This internal generation of power builds consistency and unbreakable focus that carries over to business, fitness, and relationships. The man who masters his sexual energy no longer needs external motivation, he becomes the source of it. That's the ultimate freedom, not being driven by pleasure, but directing it toward creation. The physical energy gained from retention is often described as clean energy, stable, smooth, and lasting. Unlike caffeine, which spikes adrenaline and taxes the adrenal glands, semen retention enhances natural vitality by optimizing hormonal and cellular processes. Practitioners often report needing less sleep, having sharper concentration, and recovering faster from workouts. This is because the conserved nutrients and hormones support regeneration at the cellular level. Zinc and magnesium, for example, play crucial roles in ATP production, the body's energy currency. When these elements aren't lost through constant ejaculation, the body has more raw material to sustain energy throughout the day without artificial stimulation. Finally, the spiritual implications of semen retention extend far beyond physical performance. Ancient mystics viewed sexual energy as divine, the same force that fuels creation itself. When directed inward, this energy awakens deeper states of consciousness, intuition, and compassion. It reconnects the practitioner to his primal essence, the balance of strength and serenity. In a world addicted to noise and distraction, semen retention returns man to his natural rhythm, where energy flows effortlessly from discipline, not dependency. It's the realization that the ultimate source of power doesn't come from coffee, caffeine, or chaos. It comes from within. The man who learns this truth transcends the need to seek energy. He becomes energy itself. In essence, going beyond coffee means awakening a more authentic, sustainable vitality that no stimulant can replicate. Semen retention is not just a physical practice, it's a spiritual awakening disguised as self-discipline. It reclaims the sacred energy that modern society wastes and transforms it into the fuel for creation, purpose, and presence. Whether you're an athlete, an entrepreneur, or a seeker, the message is universal. Your greatest energy source isn't outside you. It's within your body, waiting to be refined, directed, and expressed. The next time fatigue tempts you toward caffeine, remember this: energy isn't something to consume. It's something to conserve, cultivate, and command. Listen up. Your assignment before you leave: like, subscribe, and go. I need to know your vocation comments section is mandatory. Our next video builds on this, so subscribe right now and turn on notifications. For all the direct interaction, questions, and daily growth insights, get into the Telegram channel. The link is waiting in the description. Share this video and let's spread this power. Go be a force today.